let's get to it. Come on, let's get to it. I know that we can do it.
Come on, vamonos, everybody.
Welcome in, everybody. Thanks for sticking with us through a week off. That was was that the first time we've ever had a week off, like without anything? I think it was.
For a long time.
Well
like,
deserved, honestly.
We've earned it after 5. I'm gonna be honest, guys. I missed you.
Aww.
We're almost like family now. It's because like this, like I had to go a full 2 weeks without seeing you guys. It was really sad.
Do you miss us or your like actual family more?
Oh, that's tough, man. It depends on the moment.
I'm just like proud to be in the argument, like
In the
conversation.
loop.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely. Earlier today, I was like, I'm so excited to podcast. I haven't seen these guys in forever. Like because we start 2018. Since 2018, there hasn't really been a week I haven't seen you.
Yeah.
That's kind of wild to think about.
That is weird. Yeah,
we see each other.
We
like,
might be a little
was it
weird.
Yeah. Man, a lot's changed since then. You used to call Frost Daddy. I mean, yeah.
That ship has sailed.
That did not age well.
Yeah, we've grown a lot, not only as a podcast, not only as entertainers. We've grown as people. I feel like too. We've matured a little bit. Maybe not. I don't know.
No,
Yep.
I wouldn't go that far.
I think we've all peaked.
We've peaked, and now we're just we're cruising. At least we're not on the. People say downhill, but downhill is usually a good thing because you don't have to pedal and there's no effort. So we've peaked out of like a success level. We are our corporate numbers haven't dropped yet as who we are as individuals. So, what is that bad? I mean, maybe we need to drop off in order to rise back up.
I mean,
Can't see ourselves rise without a fall.
We might need the pain. Night is darkest just before the dawn, and I quote Two-Face. So yeah, I'm glad to be back with you guys. It was a great weekend. It was a much needed weekend for me to get away.
I bet.
I didn't really need it, but I left.
It was still nice.
But it was still nice. I got through my flight anxiety, all-time low.
Ooh,
I'm
good.
very proud of myself.
All
I'm
because of medication.
See, I am making progress as a human. So there was a low moment. There was a low moment during my flight. So obviously, I show up at the airport at 7 a.m. There's no judgment in airports, so I can start drinking whenever I want. Everybody else is drinking. Actually, I was drinking less. There were people there at 7 a.m. doing like shots of tequila. I was just having a mimosa, so I was the mature one. So I had a couple drinks in me. I was recommended some like meditation breathing techniques to help me out. So I did that a little bit, and it was going really good. We got off takeoff, and I was real worried, but I was doing the breathing techniques, had a little bit of alcohol in me, was feeling pretty good. We finally reached, altitude where we're cruising. Everything's good. I got to go to the bathroom, so I get up and I go to the bathroom, and then I have to poop.
I've never pooped on a plane.
Yeah, so I'm in this little the little 2-foot room. It's real tiny, and I'm still feeling good at this point. So I sit down, and I'm halfway through, and we hit turbulence. And I lost all of my. I'm shaking back and forth. My head's slamming against the walls beside me, and I'm like. Not only is my biggest fear coming true, I'm about to die on an airplane. I'm going to die with my pants around my ankles on the airplane.
That's how Elvis went, though.
But not on an airplane.
It's true. That's way more badass.
That's true. I mean, if somebody saw me falling from the sky naked, but I couldn't think of that in the moment. I was like, then I began crying. I'm in the toilet crying, and there was somebody waiting outside, hanging onto the wall, obviously, because we're getting shook around. I mean, this was a smaller jet. There was only 2 seats per.
Somebody's knocking on the door. Ma'am, are you okay?
Give me a minute. So I finally, it was one of the longest bathroom breaks I've had in an airplane. I finally got through it, and we finally cleared. The turbulence wore off, and we were smooth sailing from there. And once I got back to my seat, everything was fine. I took a deep breath, and I survived.
Well, it was a good thing you were on the toilet. You couldn't shit your pants that way, I guess.
That's a good thing, Tim. I actually dodged a bullet there. But yeah, the trip was great. Went to Phoenix, floated around on the lake, hung out with some buds I haven't seen in a really long time.
Did you guys try to sink the boat at least? Like we did that on my bachelor party.
Really?
Why would you try to sink the boat?
We
didn't try.
I don't think you told us you went on a boat, but you didn't say anything about sinking it.
Oh my gosh, I don't want to steal your thunder, so you please go finish yours.
There's no thunder. We didn't sink. We just tubed. And it was actually really pretty. You don't really think of lakes in the desert, but we just cruised around the pontoon. Beautiful scenery. We came across like a boat commune, because there were different alcoves and bays in this lake. So we pulled up and everybody's parked. Yeah. Everybody's parked, and so we pull up. And we park our boat, drop the anchors, and we're chilling. You know, we have probably 100 beers in our coolers. It's a great time. And then our neighboring boat who's parked, they had some Fireball, and our DD driver jumps off of the pontoon, swims over to the boat with Fireball. We're like, no, you're not supposed to be doing this. But yeah, it was
you got to be at least a little buzzed to drive a boat. I mean, it just helps
he was also
a little
driving
bit,
a car
yeah.
home.
Oh, well.
I mean,
was
you'll
okay.
be sober up
He
by the time.
sobered up by the time. Everything was safe.
The
We were
sun
safe. We were very safe.
draws it out of you.
I was proud we were safe, and we're back home. So everything was great. It was a good time. It was just a bachelor party. We're doing it all again at the end of this month for the actual wedding. So, but it was good. Good seeing friends I haven't seen for a long time. Shout out to my to our buddy Charlie. I haven't seen him in like 10 years. One of the most attractive looking human I've ever seen. I mean, he's a human life Ken doll. Yeah. So it was good seeing him.
About that.
Yeah. His entrance into the B&B was great. Diving in the pool, buck naked, and it was great. So it was a good time. It was a great time. So thank you guys for allowing me a week of escape and reprieve.
Like I said, it was well earned, well deserved.
Yeah.
And I'm sure your guys' week off was just as fun, if not more intense.
Not more intense, definitely not more intense. But
Did you do anything
enjoyed it.
last weekend?
Played Magic, baby.
Played Magic and watched football
Fuck
with
yeah.
no interruptions all day on
Fuck
Sunday.
yeah, man, it was great.
Great.
Yeah, I went to Wings and Rings.
Nice.
Just sat and watched
Dude,
football.
I went to so my brother lives in Phoenix, so I met up with him obviously, and we were trying to figure out where we should go to lunch and watch football, and he's like, "Let's go to Cold Beer and Cheeseburgers." That's the name of this restaurant. I'm like, that sounds like the shittiest.
It's a little on the nose.
Yeah, it sounds like the shittiest dive bar, but
It was delicious.
the
though.
best burger
Dude, I'm
I have
telling you,
ever had.
Don't
It was
sleep on
so.
the little shacks.
Oh, and it was. It wasn't a shack. It was a restaurant. They had every single NFL football game on. Every TV was labeled with which games they were playing throughout the day.
Nice.
It's really cool. If you've never been into the desert, they have outdoor seating too, and you're like, oh, I'm not gonna do that. It's 100 degrees. They have like misters spread out, and
Is that what you're nice and moist?
yeah,
too?
so,
Yeah.
so no, it really cools the air down. So
Yeah.
it was a great time. I'm a big fan of Arizona.
I'm a big fan of restaurants that just name themselves what they are. Because I hate puns.
Don't be
They're
too clever. Just you
Yeah.
are what you are.
cold beer and
cold beer.
cheeseburgers.
And yeah, it was local brews.
Bet, dude,
Yeah.
that's awesome. What a great name. Like, I love these guys.
And I had a spicy hamburger that had like an onion ring on it with like spice on it and jalapenos everywhere, and they're homemade.
No cheese, though.
Sriracha man. No cheese. No. You know how I do it. I can't do it. I'm lactose intolerant. So.
I don't think you are. I think you just don't like cheese for some reason.
Yeah, but people get mad at me when I say it, so I just.
It's good.
Yeah, I'm lactose
As they should. I mean,
I can't help it. I like it and don't like it. But yeah, I had a great
So
weekend. I'm
weird.
very sorry, listeners, that we were gone for a whole week.
Hold on. You can't help what you like. Nobody likes beer the first time they try it. Okay?
I was a pretty big fan.
The first time you drank beer,
Yeah.
Tim's like a 14-year-old kid, like,
you remember, oh, that's delicious.
that is amazing.
Wow, refreshing.
Yeah.
Well, but like, even like the first time you have a beer, it's kind of gross. But like, cheese like almost like pushes me to like vomiting. Like it's pretty bad. I hate it. I just can't stand it.
That's wild.
Have we talked about it on the podcast?
Hard liquor? I don't think anybody's ever liked hard liquor, too. Like your 21st birthday.
Yeah, but hard liquor makes you feel good. Like cheese does nothing.
Yeah.
Ooh, I did.
My palate has definitely expanded.
I just
And-
all I can think of is when John bought me a rum and whiskey. I asked for a rum and coke. He's like, "Get this man a rum and whiskey."
But yeah, you felt good afterwards. At least it was bad going down, and then your head started spinning. You're like, oh, it was great.
And then you feel bad again.
Captain definitely made me immediately throw up the first time I had that.
I think it still does.
So I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
no,
I'm
I
just
still hate
saying,
Captain.
Maybe you just need to really
I'm not going to.
hunker down.
I won't. But I did go. I went to a dispensary for the first time.
The first
Wow.
time.
First time. Well, because I've been to Colorado before, but whenever I go to Colorado, like I have my kids with me, and I'm not gonna be like, oh hey kids, we got to make a stop real quick. Wait here for 20
Well, it's not like a
minutes.
drug deal. They're like
Yeah.
those
This is
places
illegal.
are like a doctor's office.
Yeah, but I
like,
can't take them in with me. I'm not gonna be like wait in the car while Daddy goes does business for 20 minutes.
crack
You
the
do
win-
that, you do
crack
that at the
the
grocery
window.
store, right? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, wait here, kids. I'm gonna go to the grocery store
you just
real quick.
crack the window, and the big one watches the little ones.
So for first time, it was very very interesting experience. The salesman was great.
Oh, yeah.
He was all on top of it.
the
I'm
bud
like,
the bud tender.
I put down. I said, "Here's my cash. This is all I have. You give me the best. Like whatever you think's best for this."
Tim, please don't tell me that's actually what
Yeah, they're called
They're
bud
called bud tender.
Fuck
bud tenders.
off.
Yeah.
All right.
And usually it's customary to tip them when they help you so much and like.
See,
show
I
you
tried
everything.
to. So he had a tip jar,
Uh-huh.
and I was because he was very helpful. I was going to tip him,
Mhm.
and I pulled out a $5. I was like, "Hey, man, you tip like this is for you." He's like, "Oh, you just got to put it in. We have to split it." He's
Yeah.
like, we've had some people get a little bit of trouble recently for
Oh, under the table deals.
being some weird. So I was like,
Yeah.
"Fine, man. Here's $5. You do with it what you will. Put it in the tip jar. Keep it for yourself. I don't care. Thank you for your help." So yeah, and I'm not really a big marijuana guy, so I had no idea what I was doing. So I was just, sure, that's cheap. I'll take that. That looks like fun. I'll do that. And
Hmm?
so
Did
yeah.
you get a
Got a little
did you get a
twisted.
cross joint?
No, I did get a did get a pre-rolled one.
Yeah,
though.
those are nice.
That was
Yeah.
because like that, and that's what since I don't normally don't smoke, I couldn't be like, well, I want like an eighth of weed because I can't roll it myself. I don't even know where to begin if I were to do that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
No, those are always good go to, and I mean, they last. You can't just sit down and smoke it all at one time. I mean, I guess you could, but
Oh, I wasn't
usually-
supposed to.
I don't know. I mean, you can but man.
Yeah, I will say, even though it
That-
was a bachelor party, I have never slept so well on a weekend
Yeah.
before in my life. Every single night, I got a full like 9 hours, out cold at 9 o'clock. It was great,
Nice.
wonderful time. So enough about me. Sorry, I've ranted long enough.
Oh,
I just wanted to
glad
share,
you had a
share
nice,
my life with you guys.
nice
'Cause I missed you.
fancy weekend.
Yeah. And like I said, I deserve it. Okay.
You did.
I work.
You did.
I work hard.
Yep.
Not
Mm.
really. I'm more in debt. I actually have to work harder to pay that off. But yeah. So, but we're back now. Podcast
Nice.
will never take a break again until later this month. We'll be
we
rocking
could bring back the Tim and Vince show.
Tim and
I
Vince
I
show.
offered you that last
Tim
week
and
and you
Vince
didn't want it.
Well,
You
I mean,
know,
we were ready
Yeah,
for the
you know what,
we were
if
ready
anything-
for the week off.
We were
I
ready
mean,
for you.
I
we were
deserve-
ready for you to be gone.
I
so-
deserve nothing. You guys are the ones who deserve the break. So I'm happy for your sake that you got to have a whole Sunday going to Wings and Rings or playing Magic and watch football. Yeah. So kudos to you guys.
Yeah.
And hopefully our listeners got a nice little break on a Monday.
I also caught up. You'll be happy to hear I caught up on all my House of the Dragon. I finally just bit the bullet. Tim, I don't need your login. I just bit the bullet. Got HBO Max.
Oh, okay.
It's worth the $15.
Yeah.
HBO and with
Yeah.
The Last of Us coming out, like HBO has
Which
enough.
I was
Although-
gonna say, did you see the teaser trailer?
Oh my- it looks so good.
It looks amazing.
Last
dude.
of Us looks. I'm sorry, we've talked about this a lot, but it looks so
It looks so,
so
good.
good.
I'm very pumped, dude. The clickers looked amazing, and it looked like they're using quite a bit of like practical effects. Like, I'm pumped.
Yeah, they're. The thing that makes me most bad is Neil Druckmann's a part of it, who is the writer and director of the video game.
Yeah.
So like, he's contributing. He's not one of the script writers, but he's contributing to what's. He's a producer, so he's involved in
Like
what's going on and making
George
this whole
R. R.
thing.
Martin,
Yeah.
with Game of Thrones. He's not one of the main writers, but he's there to help consult.
Like, no, that's not how this works.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Oh man. Yeah. Game of Thrones alone is worth everybody to buy all of HBO.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I still don't
Started
do it.
rewatching it.
Well,
Have you?
Yeah.
It's.
are they
can't
gonna
help it.
fuck with it though? Like once they do the full merger with Discovery, or like are they gonna change it? Like is
I
it
have
gonna be
no
a
idea.
different app? Like I don't know what's gonna go.
Here's
on
what.
with that
Here's
thing.
my point of view on it, and it's that HBO has earned my trust. Okay, I don't care what's
Yeah,
going
but
on. They constantly put out show after show that is high quality with good writing. Whatever you got to do, administrative wise, you do whatever you have to do. If you keep pumping these shows into my veins, I will be here to give you all of my money. So call it Discovery, call it HBO, whatever it is. If you keep giving me Last of Us, Game of Thrones quality, you know, Dave, The Sopranos, and a plethora of other shows, it's just
I don't know. I feel like it's just that sort of merger can just sometimes tank. I
Well,
don't know.
they showed us
One
I
of them
don't
will
know.
tank.
Yeah.
they showed us what's coming to next year, so we're at least solid for a year.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
How you feel about House of Dragon?
So far so good.
Yeah.
It's jumping a lot.
Spoiler, minor spoiler.
Time jump.
Were you guys okay with the time jump?
Yeah, I think.
It was fine.
I thought it was.
It was a little. It kind of took me by surprise a little bit because I was just like I was expecting
Yeah, I was
the
like,
same
who-
characters.
Actually,
who
I'm
is
a-
this
I
lady
am an
giving
episode
birth?
behind.
Yeah, I was like, holy shit, what's going on?
I think I was
But-
okay with it, but the girl they had playing young Rhaenyra, she has such like unique features
Yeah.
that it really does throw you through when they
Yeah,
do
it
the time.
did. It
You're like,
took me
wait,
a-
hold on, like that looks nothing like her. But
Well,
the-
and even her husband or whatever too. Like it kind of took me. I was like, who the hell is this guy? And then oh, okay, it's okay.
I thought the older Allison though was very. She was.
I thought that was the same person.
Yeah,
I
so
was
did
like,
I.
Holy cow,
I was like, they just put some makeup on her and she's good.
Yeah, but no, yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I like it so far, and I'm very excited to kind of get to that part of like the book because right now because I've been reading Fire and Blood, and
Because Fire and Blood's like a
it's
thick
a thick,
tome. It's like an encyclopedia.
yeah, pretty much, and it reads like a history book sort of thing,
Mhm.
like the
And that's why I don't blame the show for doing time jumps because you have to tell a concurrent
And
story, and it's the only thing you can really do realistically.
yeah.
You can't draw this out for 20 seasons.
Yeah, exactly. And plus, like they're focusing in on one kind of like family of Targaryens because like right now I'm at there was a kind of like the most well-known king after Aegon the Conqueror, who was like the first Targaryen to like
He was
unite
the
unite the Seven Kingdoms, was Jaehaerys Targaryen, who would be his great grandson, I believe.
It doesn't.
Yeah, but because he's really cool. He's a really cool guy. Because he was like super young when he came into the throne. Everybody was kind of worried because like his father was kind of a bitch, and so so they were
Sounds
just
like my life.
and then his uncle was like a tyrant, and
Sorry,
so
Dad.
they were just
Jeez.
worried. They were like, oh man, which side is he gonna lay on? But he like kind of fell right in the middle and was a really good ruler. He was like the most prosperous and most peaceful ruler there was. But it was. So that's where I'm at right now, and it's been really interesting.
How do you like the king, Rhaenyra's father?
He's really interesting. I think he's a much deeper character than maybe he comes off as. Just because like he seems like he does have the realm's interest at heart, and then but also like you could tell he really struggles with trying to.
It
Like,
would be interesting to
everybody
see his
happy.
character
Yeah.
at war
Yeah.
and making those crazy because like. Luckily, a lot of the stuff he's going through peacetime, but he also, is dealing with the succession. He was dealing with all that, which is interesting of itself. But as a character, at least from the show, I like him enough that I would love to see him in some like serious like turmoil.
Yeah, and I really like this because like right now with Rhaenyra
Yeah,
and
Rhaenyra.
Alicent kind of like had theirs now butting heads and stuff, and him being really caught in the middle of it.
He's just like, I'm too old for this shit.
Exactly, and so
Do we hate Sir Christian Cole now? Because he was beloved
dude,
for the
yeah,
first
I know,
like few
right?
episodes. Like, oh, now
I
he's kind of
don't-
a dick.
I don't hate him.
He got his heart broken. It's not fair.
Yeah, I
Dude was about to,
Targaryens are always
dude
the
was about
worst.
to Harikari himself too. Like
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Sudoku.
Well, dude,
What?
When
Never
they-
heard.
well, yeah, but when
I
that's
thought
your-
thought knowing anime you'd know what Harikari is, but
I only know seppuku.
Oh, okay.
Seppuku. It's an honorable suicide.
yeah.
That's all I know.
Again,
Yeah,
we've
makes
yelled it from the rafters. If you haven't watched House of Dragon yet, do so.
Yeah.
You caught up on Rings Power.
I am.
I'm out.
You're out,
I'm
dude.
not-
I thought this latest episode was
I haven't
amazing.
seen it. I haven't seen
Oh,
it. I'm
this
not.
latest episode's really good.
Okay, I will watch it. I'm not saying that I'm out. I'm
Also,
just
I
like,
didn't realize that
I just don't care anymore. They're dragging it out, and I'm just like, I don't.
it is.
it's
I
like-
will say
I don't
it is.
care.
It is harder to keep. Like some episodes were really hard to stay interested in it, but this most recent one I thought was really good. Like really good. I liked it a lot.
Have they revealed who the stranger is yet?
No, not yet.
That's like the one thing that's tethering
Keeping
me
you there.
me to the story.
Yeah. I like, which also it surprised me that I think it's Anor, the bad guy,
Mhm.
like the father of the orcs, the guy that all the farks call
Forks.
yeah, call father. That was played by the guy who plays Benjen Stark
Oh,
from
really?
Game of Thrones. Yeah,
Cool.
Which was really, I loved Benjen Stark. I thought he was a really cool character. I mean, I know
He had
kinda-
5 seconds of screen time.
Right? Yeah, he went from like
But hey, he did that 5 seconds justice.
Well, it was like because like seeing his relationship with John, and then just disappearing for the longest time, and then coming back again. You know, like spoiler alert if you haven't seen it. Just sorry, you're
I've
way
actually
behind.
I've talked to more people recently who've never seen Game of Thrones at all. 'Cause
That's
I'm like, oh,
crazy.
you guys watching House of Dragon? Like, I haven't even seen Game of Thrones. I'm like,
And people wear that as a badge of honor sometimes.
I
like
think
they-
it's probably it's because Game of Thrones became literal pop culture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So to not watch it is almost like, oh yeah, I'm not.
Yeah.
Which is
But-
foolish because it is
Yeah.
the greatest television show of all time.
But it was just really cool to see him like flip from this like very honorable like good guy
You're a piece of shit orc.
to and he's which I think is really cool too to seeing like one of the first Urukai because they didn't look like orcs yet. I mean, they were just corrupted elves.
Cool. I haven't gone
From-
that far, so spoiler. Thanks a lot.
How have you not gotten that? You've seen him.
When?
What do you mean when? He's been in like the show since like the second or third
Oh.
episode.
I wasn't paying attention apparently.
Yes. But yeah,
I'll watch it more. I'll give it a shot. It's
But-
I want to like it so
Yeah.
much.
It's so, and I think what's helped me though is like again, with all these things coming out, I've fallen hard into. First, like I was like, ah man, I gotta get back into Skyrim. Fell really hard into the lore there. I would love to talk about Elder Scrolls lore so much, but fell into that. Then House of Dragon. I've been reading on that. It's been really awesome. I love reading about that stuff. And then with Rings of Power, I was like, man, I love Lord of the Rings, but honestly, like, I don't really know a lot about this world. And I haven't gotten to finish the books. And so I ended up finding this podcast called the Prancing Pony Podcast.
Okay, I've heard of that.
Yeah, and it's very much so they take it in chronological order. So they start with the Silmarillion, and they literally talk and they encourage you to read with that. Like they encourage you to read because they literally break
It's
it
a
down.
read along.
Yeah,
It's like a book
they
club.
break it down chapter by chapter,
Yeah.
and oh my god, dude, it was Tolkien was so goddamn smart and so imaginative.
He's a genius.
It's incredible. And they actually, the first two episodes of their podcast, they literally just talk about Tolkien and like his background of like as a writer and like how the Ring of like his Lord of the Rings series even came about.
Oh yeah, he's fascinating.
Oh my gosh, yeah, just so. And like I said, he's a genius. He's
Can I give you another podcast recommendation?
Yeah, I'd love to.
It's called Mythgards Exploring the Lord of the Rings. Join the Tolkien professor, Dr. Corey Olson, on a sentence-by-sentence journey through the text of Tolkien's epic fantasy story.
Yeah.
So he pretty much gives lectures about Lord of the
And how crazy is that?
It's very
there-
interesting.
There's literally where you can just study Tolkien, like he was just so smart and like crazy to think about how good he was at language. I mean, he created his first language at like 15 or something like that, like something stupid. Like 15, he made his first language, and then that's actually how the Lord of the Rings came about. Was when he made up the Elvish language that we kind of recognize in Lord of the Rings. He was just like, okay, now who would like speak this language? Who would write this language? And so that's how he came up with like elves and then all of a sudden that just kind of branched out into like this whole thing.
Yeah.
It just came out from his love of language and learning.
It was really like the beginning of the fantasy genre, like him and like C.S. like him and C.S. Lewis were friends. It's like, can you imagine being in like where they go to get coffee together and they're like sharing stuff they've written and they're just like.
And the coolest part is that they had completely opposite views on writing too.
Yeah. Well, that's why I think it was so cool that they
beneficial too.
It wouldn't have worked in 2022 because they're like, oh, you're an idiot for believing this, and you're an idiot for thinking this. But no, back then in the 40s, I guess well before that too. When you go through World War One,
I mean, he was already writing parts of the Silmarillion, like shortly after World War One.
I think
probably during.
No,
World
he
War
wrote some during World
Yeah.
War One. Yeah, in the trenches.
How crazy!
Yeah, Tolkien is a fascinating character. I'm
Yeah.
surprised they haven't made like a biopic.
Yeah,
They should.
the Tolkien estate, I don't think would allow it.
Yeah, they're like, yeah, you can make a biopic for $500 million.
yeah,
You have to pay us that.
and you can only use these 3 letters that he wrote to somebody.
Bastards.
But that was because that was like one thing I learned about Tolkien, and I realized that this is like how I feel. He hated allegory, like analogies and stuff. He didn't want you to look into this like more like past what you read.
He talks about that in the I can't remember what edition it is of the Lord of the Rings, but in the preface when he talks about like he doesn't like allegory. Like, don't look into this more than what this is.
It's just a story.
He says I enjoy writing with like themes and stuff I've taken from my life.
Yeah.
But it's not. I'm not
Well,
trying.
every
to,
author's going to
exactly.
be influenced.
But yeah, he's
by
like,
their
yeah,
life
it's not.
experience.
I'm not trying to say X, Y, and Z with this. So.
Whereas like C.S. Lewis was very allegory in his writing. He really liked
Wait, hold on. Is Aslan Jesus?
I haven't read a lot of C.S. Lewis, so I don't know. But
The lion gets sacrificed and comes back alive.
oh yeah, then probably.
No,
So,
it was like I'm pretty sure it's written in the subtext. Hey guys, this is Jesus.
How neat is that? So
Tim loves that series.
do you like The Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe?
I've never read
He
it.
gets
or-
angry. He
read it or
clenches his
seen it.
fists.
No.
But
Christian allegory.
but it was also interesting because C.S. Lewis, he didn't like myths, like mythology. He didn't like myths.
Which is funny because Tolkien
Loved
draws
it.
from like Nordic and
Yeah,
like Beowulf is like one of his biggest inspirations.
yeah. And so he literally wrote like a whole diss poem to C.S. Lewis about like the myth lover versus the myth hater. And
That's
like,
awesome.
it was
I've
really,
never heard. I'd like to read that. That's
Yeah,
hilarious.
it
It's
was-
probably amazingly well written.
like I said in the first couple episodes of this podcast, they talk about it and they break down some of the more kind of like sort of lines. in it.
Prancing Pony. I'm gonna listen to that. I'm
Yeah,
gonna listen to that.
the guy, one of the guys has a beautiful voice. Like he always talks about how he wishes he kind of was thinking about doing audiobooks. So like, dude, you should do it because
Do
like I would be like, just take me away.
Hey, I tried doing the audiobook for my book.
Yeah,
It's harder than you
Yeah,
think. Like,
I believe
I
it.
was reading it and I was looking back through. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm awful. I am terrible. Like my voice sucks. I should not. I should quit the podcast. Like that's how bad this
Get
is.
out of here.
Tim, who's your favorite author?
Favorite author?
Don't think. Just say it.
I don't know. I never really
Jesus.
gotten into Jesus.
God,
It's John. He's a big
John.
John guy.
No, I never really read a whole series before.
Like, you don't have to. Not a big literary guy.
I don't know. Like I guess my favorite book I've ever
fiction
written.
reading.
What?
Like you're not a big fiction reader, right? Like
Well,
you're-
I just don't read that much anymore,
Yeah.
or at all, and
Or ever.
it's been a long time,
quite
and
sure
I
if
don't.
still
I'm
know
not.
how
prou-
to read, but
I'm not proud of it. It's just just doesn't,
listen, Tim, I
doesn't fit into
I
my
didn't read at
my
all.
very open schedule.
Yeah, I didn't read at all during like my grade school days, and even probably
Yeah.
college. Like, I didn't read anything except for textbooks.
You
but-
gotta find what you like.
yeah, and
Yeah.
that's what it was. It was literally Game of Thrones that got me into it. Because my mom, she told me, she's like, hey, the show that's coming out, like, it's amazing. Read
Yeah.
these books before the show.
Little did she know then that the books would never
Yeah.
be finished.
So I guess I would just have to say my favorite book author was Anthony Burgess. So I don't know.
What did he write? What is that?
A Clockwork Orange.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know.
That's good. Sorry,
my
I was
favorite-
just trying
that's
to
my
include
favorite
you.
book.
You're very quiet about the whole Tolkien and everything. So
Oh, I don't have anything to
I wanted-
contribute.
I know. That's
to
why.
them.
That's why I wanted to add you in. Like I said, I
Oh,
missed
okay.
you. Missed your voice.
Sorry. Well, let's watch some football later, okay?
Well, I got
we
soccer,
Bro
so-
out. Oh.
So you're gonna have to leave.
What time do you got soccer?
You come.
Yeah.
You come to the game. 6:45. Tim
Alright.
came to my last game. That was fun.
Yeah, I got drunk on the sideline.
Yeah, he poured everything in his mug and gave it stood on the sidelines.
Hell yeah.
We won.
Dude.
Tim's our magic. He's what drives his podcast too. Tim's like the. You're not Irish, but you're like a good luck Irish charm. You're a lucky charm.
Aw. What time's your game?
6:45. We don't have to talk about this on air. It's fine.
Okay.
Dude, we'll discuss this later.
I don't know. We'll see.
Nebraska Cornhuskers won football yesterday.
We're back.
No,
Dude,
dude,
We're back.
we are tied for first in the Big Ten West.
It's a six-way.
The Hope Dope is an
It's
injected.
back. We're
It's a-
back, baby.
That's the dispensary
Mickey
I went
Joseph,
to. I
Daddy
went to the
Joseph.
Hope Dope
Yeah.
dispensary.
Daddy Joseph. That's what
It's a
You guys see the
it's a
lock-
six-way tie with everybody being 1-1.
I have it pulled up right now.
Can you turn the audio on and maybe get it
I
on the
would
mic?
love
So
to.
the athletic director Trev Alberts came into the locker room and gave a game ball away, and it was very electric.
They're just chanting Mickey.
Is Trev Alberts speaking yet?
Oh, this might. I don't know if this is the one.
That's
that,
the end. Yeah. Anyway,
you want
he's
that one, but yeah.
yeah, but it's
Yeah.
okay. Trev Alberts came in. And he's like, "Hey, man, you guys like it was a great speech." He's like, "You guys have been through a lot." He's
Yeah.
like, "I'm sorry for the adversity that you've had to face so far, but you've stuck together. you worked hard and you did this. Game ball goes to Coach Mickey Joseph for his first win, and the team just lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it a good game? I didn't watch any of it.
What?
It
I
was
busy.
it was a good game.
The second half was much
Better.
well.
You mean
it
there were
was
halftime
better. Yeah.
adjustments?
Yeah.
That's what I'm
possible.
saying.
We
dude.
didn't allow
That's
we didn't
made
we didn't
progress.
allow a single fucking point in the second half.
We actually made progress.
And Mickey Joseph
Halftime adjustments
and
How
for
bad
the first time
ever?
in 5 seasons.
and Mickey Joseph
No, it's
Coach-
longer than that.
Mike Riley didn't make a
they
adjustments
caught
either.
they caught it on camera. Mickey was coaching kids on
Yeah,
the
instead
sideline.
of just looking like a
And he kicked the one guy, kicked the lineman in the ass on his way out.
Good.
He's
that
gonna
got
be fired.
thrown
Sometimes
Now he
thrown
gets
out.
fired. He gets canceled.
Yeah, no, one of our linemen threw a punch while
Yeah,
taking
yeah,
a guy
'cause
to
he
the
got
ground.
ejected, yeah.
He got ejected. He fucking came at him. He was
good.
Mickey Joseph ejected. The rest didn't eject him.
Yeah.
He's like,
hey,
get
that's gonna be
you
a
can
personal
you can
foul.
see him.
He's
Just
like,
like, get the
you don't have
fuck
to worry
outta
about
here."
him doing that again. He's out of here.
Oh,
He's not ejected. Oh, he is.
Well,
I think
I'm glad that they were fired. I mean, they were fired up at least to do some
Yeah,
fighting.
I mean, these guys are
like,
fighting.
Having some passion.
because
yeah.
our
it looked
our
like
offensive
they-
line looked okay, but it was Indiana, so I don't know. Like,
Well, also too, it's easy to like Scott Frost is awful. It's easy to point.
Yeah.
Eric Chernander might be the biggest defensive dipshit I've ever seen in my
Holy
life.
cow, man!
that was
The fact that we were able to even have like a decent offense or decent defense
Yeah.
during that time is
Yeah.
actually really incredible. And yeah, like you said, we should all credit to the players that we lost after this last season. So, but last night's game. Holy cow! Like,
That was-
how great was it? And we had our first blocked punt for a touchdown since 2009.
yeah. Probably the
that's a
first.
crazy
Probably the
stat.
first.
Is
I
it
don't
though?
know.
Like,
I don't know
how
what
many
the.
blocked punts for touchdowns are there? Though?
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
So
I mean, it doesn't happen all the
But
time.
we don't do anything on special teams.
yeah, we
Exactly.
have the special teams and defense hasn't scored in a long time.
Yeah. So
For-
I don't know. This is
We're back.
dude.
Yeah.
We're going to the national
We're beating
championship.
Iowa.
Yeah.
Going to the national championship, man. What are you fucking stopping at Iowa for?
If we, but it is like it's
Iowa
still.
Big Ten championship. They can't hold us out of the playoffs
Yeah.
if we win the Big Ten.
It's
Somebody posted last night, "We want Bama."
let's.
And it's
Also,
like,
I mean-
and we shouldn't say that because like after Oklahoma put a whooping
Yeah, I
to
was about
us,
to say also
they've been doing
how
nothing
bad-
but getting stomped.
How bad is Oklahoma? How bad are we that Oklahoma's dropped
Again,
2 in a row? I remember
it
all
was-
the Oklahoma fans were like, "See, we don't need Lincoln Riley. This guy's the best. Like he's nothing. Like we're great. We're fine without him." And then it's like,
Ooh,
yeah. But in their defense, they did have to play Adrian Martinez, who I've been saying for the
Have you been
longest
saying?
time is
Yeah.
a great quarterback.
And then he had a
I
pretty
feel
pretty
so-
good game this
I'm
last
feeling
weekend,
so
or yesterday
validated.
too.
you feel validated, but also like Casey Thompson has as many passing yards as Martinez did the whole game in the first quarter.
And how many touchdowns?
That's true. We're not going to get into this discussion again, but I'm actually like I don't want to say I'm a Kansas State hater, but every Saturday I'm pulling up stats and
dude.
checking Kansas State just so I
Not
can
because you hate Kansas State, because you hate.
Oh,
just
dude.
so I can try
You
to
hate my opinion.
gather some sort of ammunition
So
to take
when
in
I-
against Vince.
So when I was at Wings and Rings towards the end of the game, two or a Kansas State fan sat next
Wait, you
to
went
me.
to you went to Wings Rings yesterday too?
No. This
Oh,
was
last week.
Last week.
Okay.
But a Kansas State fan sat next to me, and I'm like, I just want to watch NFL. I don't want to talk about the Huskers. And then he starts talking about, God damn it.
I'm watching the
I'm
Rams
like-
right now. Can you leave me alone, please?
Yeah, and then it's like I try to like, yeah, you look good, pretty good. He never, I mean, he
Well,
he,
so
he
that
did
Vaughn,
that a couple times
who's the
for
running back?
us. but-
Vaughn?
yeah, dude, that
That
is-
guy
stud.
is incredible.
He's a
Yeah.
stud.
Yeah, and
But
he's
I'm
like,
just saying.
and he's like five. He's like your height. I don't know.
Imagine what I can do with the pads on me.
He might be a little shorter, actually. I'm not sure, but yeah,
Yeah, but
he's just
I
like,
got quickness.
he's, yeah.
I would die. I would literally die if I ran through a hole.
I'm just saying, what happens if like Martinez keeps this up, and at the end, he's in the running for Heisman.
Dude.
Easy, Vince.
What if he gets into the Heisman?
I would be very happy
Vince
for
is
him, but
just
it
a-
would be also
just-
just
I mean, you
sad
just
for
love
us.
this. Just
Hold
soaking
on,
it
I'm
in.
just saying, like most valuable player for a team. I mean, he's Kansas State
I
is
ho- I-
kind of mediocre at
I
best.
almost hope it happens just for you.
Dude, I'm
It'd
hoping
be
it does.
so funny because you will wear that badge for the rest of your life.
I'll buy myself like some Taylor Martinez shirt, like just has.
You'll
his
buy a
face.
K-State shirt.
Yeah, I'll do it. Fuck.
Wow.
Love that you still call him Taylor.
Yeah.
I love this guy. I can't remember his
I
love
fucking
them both.
Martinez.
Can't
That's
remember
why I
his
just want
fucking
Martinez.
name.
But
What
he
if-
does. He
I
does.
should get one of those. I should like those like websites that like you can put two people like pictures of two people's faces, and then like kind of mixes them.
Overlay him.
Yeah, and I'll do that with Taylor and
Like make a
and
baby,
They're the
like a
same-
make
they're
a
the same
make a
person.
baby with him.
same
He
person.
just got his tattoos surgically removed,
And one's got kind of a fro.
Yeah.
Kind of cool.
and then he got an underbite. So crazy week of football.
Yeah.
Titans won today, beat the Colts.
Congrats.
I feel good. I hate the Colts.
Yeah.
I loved it too. So I retweeted it if you follow me on Twitter.
Mhm.
I did. I saw that.
So it was Kevin Byard, our leader, our commander in chief, before the game.
Mhm.
I thought I was listening to somebody from the Titans subreddit speaking. He's like, "We hate these guys. Fuck the Colts. We're gonna go out there. There's gonna be a dogfight. And we're gonna punch them." And like I was like, I love
Damn.
this. I love this man so much. So Titans are back. We didn't score a
Nice.
single point in the second half. Titans are
Wow.
back.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm very scared. We've been outscored in the second half like 72-7 this entire season. it's not good, dude. Like we are so good in the first half, and then the second half we're like, wait, the game's not over. We're still playing.
Shit.
Todd Downing's like, well,
I had nothing for this.
I don't think I'm gonna run with Derrick Henry. They're probably expecting that since we're in the lead. It's awful, but
Yeah, no, it's really pissing me off for fantasy. He's like, oh, he's got like 21 points in the first half. Like, let's keep going.
put some respect. on
Nothing.
Derrick Henry. He had over 100 yards rushing today.
I know.
He was averaging like 5 yards a carry, 40 reception yards, a touchdown. Like he was. I love Derrick Henry.
That's
That-
fine. He scored enough. It was just, I had to use some help.
I think I've given up on fantasy. I just like quit.
Yeah, your
I'm
Get my
so-
ass
your
whooped by
team
your
is
father.
I'm so
abysmal.
Like I said, in
of
real
course,
life,
it's
they're
the
really
one like the one that where we have money in it get trashed. And then
Yeah,
I
for
have-
your
I
for
have
fun
one-
league, you're amazing.
Yeah, I have like a fun league, and yeah, I have two players that have scored almost 30 points.
That's so funny.
Yeah. Needless to say, I'm winning that game, but yeah.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if I really wanted to talk about Tua. I'm sure everybody.
Yeah, there's been a lot of shenanigans in the NFL.
Well, okay, I want to
this week.
speak before we go into this because I think there's a lot of misconception from fans along the whole Tua thing because people are like Dolphins need to be stripped of draft picks. Like the neurological doctor who evaluated Tua a week ago against the Ravens. No, it's the Bills against the Bills. He does not work for the Miami Dolphins. He doesn't even work for the NFL. He is an outside consultant. That is, I promise you,
you're
that
wrong
is,
about
that is
that.
how it is. So that they do that for a reason. So this guy's not like, oh hey, the Dolphins really need to win. He's not concussed. He's fine, and puts him
Yeah.
back in. That's not how it works. They bring in outside doctor. He's the
But-
team doctor, but he's not. He doesn't work for the Dolphins.
Yet
He's
we
contracted.
know that the Dolphins are willing to pay people to
That's
do
very
do
so, yeah,
do
they're-
do shady
and
things.
Also, but
so-
there's also too the one thing you have to think about is with what I've said. I'm trying to make sure that people don't think that it's not McDaniels' fault. I don't think it's the Dolphins' fault.
yeah.
But
okay.
keep
going.
ahead. No,
No, I just
if you want to.
I disagree with that because, like, yes, of course the doctor can clear him to play. Ultimately, though,
But it's ultimately the coach.
the coach.
I would say is
Yeah, but they have a
and
head
Tua's decision.
But they
I
have
think,
so
too,
much going on
but-
on game day. That's why they have the doctors. That's why they have assistants. He can't go talk.
They don't have doctors to do. The doctors are there to cover the NFL's ass and the team's ass.
but to evaluate.
Right.
He passed.
But again-
the doctor's protocol,
But again,
which he failed. He failed at that, which is fine. But
yeah,
I
I'm
don't
just
think
saying.
it's on the
I'm just
coach.
saying, the NFL wouldn't have these doctors or anything like that if they wouldn't get into trouble for not evaluating
Well,
players.
it's because
like
of CTE is because of Will Smith.
Right, exactly. So I'm just saying, like, ultimately, we know that the NFL doesn't care about players. We know that the Miami Dolphin doesn't care about Tua's health.
But
So
I
I'm
would,
just
but I
saying-
would make the argument that McDaniels does.
But we
The
didn't see him
coach.
do anything about it. Like, yeah,
That's
he-
because that's not his job.
it is his job. He's
don't
the head
think so.
coach. When you're the head coach,
Yeah, but
you
yeah,
are the leader of a
That's
football
true,
team.
but you're trusting the people you have around you. The doctor who says,
And
hey,
ultimately-
if the doctor says, hey, he's okay to go, then you're going, okay, you're not going to sit there and like go interview Tua while you're trying to coach a game to say,
Except
Oh,
you
you-
just saw this guy like stumble off the field like
Yeah,
because
his back hurt.
that's not what you do when your back hurts. You don't stumble off the field.
You might.
You don't.
Yeah,
You don't even need.
I'm trying to leave. I don't think again. No, we're just gonna agree.
I'm
to
not
disagree.
saying that we like. Oh yeah, get McDaniels out of there because I do agree. Obviously, like, he has a lot of other stuff going on. But as a head coach, you are the leader of the team, and you need to. You are the final decision.
Yeah, but if the information you have is that he's fine, then you have to go with that.
You don't have.
Well,
to
you
go
don't
there.
have to, but
You don't have
you're
to go
gonna.
there. You're gonna see. You see evidence that he has something wrong. Because again,
Yeah, but
you don't have to be.
We
you
saw
do
the
not-
replays. He may not have seen it. I mean,
You don't have to be a doctor to see that Tua was fucked.
Yeah, but when he stumbled, who knows where Mike McDaniels was on the field? He could have been talking to somebody else or looking at something else. He probably didn't see him physically stumble. We see the replays because we're fans. We get everything.
he
from
had
TV.
4 days to see that footage on
Nah, that's
anything.
true.
I
Yeah.
mean, like that.
But the doctor.
I can't believe that Tua himself thought he was good
Well,
to go,
he's a
but
every-
competitor,
I,
man.
I,
would
I get that.
Rodney-
I get
Rodney
that.
Harrison-
I get that. But
Rodney
it's
Harrison
just-
talked about this on the Dan Patrick show. He said, "Oh yeah," he's like, "Well, before this was a thing in the NFL, he's like, I told the coach I was fine all the time. Like,
yeah, never trust
players,
a player.
yeah,
Never trust a player's word for like, oh yeah, I'm fine, coach.
their paychecks
Yeah.
on like their job, their career is on the line. Like they're not thinking of their brain when they're 50 years old.
Yeah.
They want to play, they want to win, and they need to go prove themselves now because they have such a short window. But yeah, dude, when Tua got slammed on the ground on Thursday Night Football, it didn't look that bad, and then I saw they run out there, and I saw the fingers like, oh shit, he broke his hand. That's his throwing hand.
No,
And then I was like,
that's
oh,
that's his brain.
that's a neurological
That's
issue.
his brain going haywire because everything's just going.
But also Vince too. I will say this is a quote
Yeah.
From head coach Mike McDaniels after Tua was released from the hospital and he was on the plane back home. He did say that they watched McGruber on the airplane together and Tua was laughing and seemed fine.
Awesome, great.
I love McGruber.
So I don't know what more evidence you need, Vince. But after Thursday, he was in good spirits watching McGruber on the plane ride home.
Okay,
so.
you were right. Unaffiliated neurotrauma
yeah.
consultant.
But also
Yeah, I don't
before we
know.
got into this huge debate about McDaniels and stuff, my point before that was this is the risk that the NFL takes with having open gambling on their games. Because for all that doctor could have money on the Miami during the Bills or even during the Bengals. We don't know. More than likely he wasn't. He's already been fired and stuff, but
Yeah.
it is because
And they are investigating more,
because
too.
you have opened this door of possibility. It's there for people to speculate on, and it is possible. I don't think that's what happened.
Yeah.
But it is possible.
More, yeah, and like I said, it is an ongoing investigation. We might learn more, but it's just deplorable of the NFL. Like they don't truly care about player safety. I think we can agree about that.
Yeah, it's all about the money. I
Right.
mean, but,
They don't truly
yeah.
care. They put all these things in places for one to cover their ass.
Yeah, the
Like
NFL's
so when this happened, like
the NFL's
this,
a business.
yeah. So when
Yeah.
this sort of thing
And this-
happens, they can go, see, we didn't do. There
And
was
this,
this
and this
guy,
was
the
on
doctor.
and
Who's
this was
guy?
it was on Amazon Prime, so it could be for all we know
be Jeff Bezos'
Jeff
fault.
Bezos' fault.
This
Yeah,
is Jeff
let's-
Bezos' fault.
Let's
Did
just
you guys
let's
know
blame
that-
that bald fuck.
Did you guys know Jeff Bezos, his girlfriend, who he has like sitting up with, used to date or used to be married to Tony Gonzalez, who's one of the halftime analysts for Amazon? Just fun little trivia facts.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you know that Future, the rapper, Russell Wilson is raising his child with Sierra?
I did not know
How
that.
cool that. How big of Russell Wilson to?
Have you been following
Mother-
along with his videos?
No, of course not.
He has the sandwich video, which was
Percent-
awful. He has the
Molly
TikTok video,
percent.
where the most important things in life are faith, family, football. He looks awful. That game against the 49ers last week was awful.
I think we really need to evaluate Russell Wilson for serious trauma.
Do you know what I think? I think we all need to start listening to Vince. Vince may have been right
Vince-
about Adrian Martinez.
Vince
he was
is a
definitely right about
soothsayer.
I
Russell.
know how much you like to shit
He's
on
a
my evaluation of
soothsayer.
quarterbacks,
And
Tyler.
I think it's awful, but you're really. I'm becoming a fan.
Yeah, I'm just saying, man. Maybe I see a bit more than you think I do. I'm just
I
saying.
think so. I think you know more than I do. Apparently, you're smart. You're a much smarter man than I am.
I wouldn't say that. You have very good football smarts. I'm
Unless-
just saying there's some things I think people just overlook for
You
some
have
reason.
this. You have this like intuition where you just know. It's in your gut. You just know. Your arguments aren't always sane. but you end up being right.
I'm also just very bad at articulating my thoughts.
That's true.
I'm very bad at it. So sometimes it comes off as gibberish. and people go, what did he just say? Idiot. And even I go, I don't really know.
And
but
then in hindsight, we're all like, oh, shit, Vince was right.
now I'm getting understanding.
I personally...
Vince, you should start a cult.
I personally attacked that man. And I'm going to have to bite the bullet on that and eat my words now. Incredible. Yeah, so hopefully Tua's okay. They did say there's a possibility he can come back this week.
Because, dude...
Why?
That is the actual quote.
God damn.
Just let him sit down for a week. God
Just give
damn. Like,
And Tua's also, poor guy, made of glass.
Yeah. And it's so unfortunate because, dude, man, they've been looking so great.
Yeah.
yeah.
And like I said, in my for fun league, I have Tyreek Hill, and holy shit.
Is Kyle Shanahan a fraud?
Yeah.
Was he ice skating on the ice skates of Mike McDaniels this
I mean,
whole time?
He was the
Holy cow.
engineer of the 28-3, wasn't he? I mean, or
No,
not.
Kyle Shanahan was. Don't you drag Mike McDaniels' name into
Yeah,
this.
I know.
That's
but
what-
That's
yeah.
what I was
That's what I'm
saying.
saying.
Yeah, twice.
Yeah.
Blew the lead to the Chiefs too.
Yeah.
On that note, speaking of funny things with NFL injuries, did you guys see J.J. Watt's tweet this morning?
Yeah.
J.J. Watt tweeted out, I was just told somebody leaked some personal information about me, and it's going to be reported on today. I went into AFib on Wednesday, had my heart shocked back into rhythm on Thursday, and I'm playing today. That's it.
Yeah, they said that on.
That was the most
or-
J.J. Watt thing I've ever heard in my life.
I love J.J.
Okay.
Watt.
I like him too. He's not playing for the Texans anymore.
Yeah. You can actually enjoy him.
In other sad news, 127 soccer fans and police were killed at an Indonesia soccer match. So there was, after the game, a riot started to break out. Police started shooting tear gas into the crowd. People panicked and immediately 46 people suffocated and were trampled.
That's what.
God damn.
Because what happened? There was that one English league that was back in the 70s or something like that.
Oh,
It was,
I don't know.
Huge. There's a big documentary about it.
But yeah,
I
and it
know.
happened again in Indonesia this weekend.
And but I know that was due to they let way more people in than should have been and some other stuff. But yeah,
Soccer's a crazy sport, man.
it is. I mean, it's life and death. Sometimes.
We're just prepping. This is just a warm up for the World Cup.
The world. I'm so scared. I'm honest. I don't know what. I am actually nervous about it.
Why?
Because, like I said, I mean,
Oh yeah, 'cause
Qatar-
you have this fandom, and then you just got to add gays into the mix.
Yeah.
And
I don't
everything
know,
else
I
that
just-
Qatar hates.
Yeah, I just it's, and maybe this is some kind of subconscious U.S. racism towards the Middle East or whatever that I'm not, but it's all of a sudden you just we get Qatar in there. We know that they killed thousands of people to build these things, and
That's not an exaggeration.
that's not an exaggeration. And then they've also one of the most corrupt countries in the world.
It's not a country; it's a business.
Yeah,
It's an
it
oil
could-
business.
Qatar. Yeah, Qatar. It could literally be just the cyberpunk corpo, factions or whatever. It could just be Qatar. But yeah, I don't
Qatar.
know, Qatar. And it's just I don't know.
Listen,
I'm nervous. I
Yeah,
just want
oh,
our
you know
boys
what?
to be. I want all the players to be safe, and I
I'm
want
nervous.
The fans.
I'm nervous now, Vince, because all your feelings about all these quarterbacks are coming true. Now I'm nervous about this as well. Anything you
mean
say
to
to me
do-
now is just gold. I'm just like,
It's
"God
gospel."
Damn it, Vince said it. It's gonna come true now.
I'm gonna write a book of prophecies. You're gonna do it.
You're the Notre Dame of 2022. For
So
thousands.
far,
Mr.
I've
Jones.
only been good at with
Quarterbacks.
my quarterback assessment. So
It's a strange thing to be a Notre Dame about.
yeah.
But take it as is, I guess. We got a lot of fun news. I do want to talk. Can I hijack a balls and bases segment?
Go for it. Are we talking about it? The stupid.
Shush. Let me lead it.
He has a script written. Let him do his thing.
It's time to dust off my balls and bases because the Seattle Mariners have made the playoffs for
Oh,
the first
yeah.
time in forever. I am so happy for my Seattle friends because I've said this before. Every single year they're like, "Hey guys, this is the Mariners' year. we're gonna be good this year. I'm feeling it. We got all these pieces, and then they just absolutely fucking are awful. Every single year this happens, and they finally just they nobody cares if they get swept in their very first series. Nobody cares. They made the
They
playoffs.
just made it.
Their
They made
preseason
it.
prediction was finally right, and I'm so happy for my Seahawks fans that they can relish in that just for a few minutes.
Seahawks fans, yeah.
Did I say Seahawks?
Yeah.
Sorry,
Mariners.
Mariners fans.
Mariners.
So congratulations. That's the only thing I want to talk about baseball.
Good job.
Congratulations.
Oh, that was it. Oh.
Oh, okay.
Well,
I-
also-
I thought you were going to talk about the stupid Aaron Judge cut.
Yeah. So I guess in college football too. Did you see that, Vince? ESPN and if you're watching a college football game on ESPN, they keep cutting away from the college games to show Aaron Judge. at
Oh,
Or they do
bat.
side by side, and they
They
put
mute-
they
they
put
mute-
the baseball sound on over the football.
Are you a little salty there, Tim?
No, it's stupid.
Well, also Aaron Judge is like
Sounds a little salty.
Why-
Aaron
why am I
Judge's record
salty?
is still
Why would I
only
be
like
salty?
what is Aaron
I
Judge's
just-
record is still like only like sixth in MLB history, isn't it?
in
Like, it's not
the-
even the top.
as far as the AL.
I know. I'm
goes,
talking about MLB.
Oh,
Nobody gives a shit about conference records.
yeah.
besides weird
If he
baseball people.
if he breaks Roger Maris's record, that will be the record for the AL, and all the NL records were set by
Okay, but
steroid.
but what is
junkies.
the ranking if he gets it?
Well,
It's
he'll be-
still like fourth or fifth, isn't
Yeah,
it?
I have 6 or something
Six,
like that.
but he's
yeah.
not on steroids this time,
Well-
guys. He's not on steroids.
Well, because
he probably is.
Bonds has the most, and then
Hey, Bonds didn't
then
know. He
then
thought it
it's
was
then it's
cream.
like
He didn't know it
Sosa.
was steroids. He thought it was just cream.
Then it's
Cream
Sosa
being
and
injected into his ass.
yeah, Sosa and
I didn't know.
That sounded.
But yeah, it basically goes Bond, Sosa, McGuire, Sosa. I think
That's what I'm
maybe
saying.
Bonds again, and then
Be a
yeah.
little upset. Sosa might be.
Oh, I don't care about Sammy Sosa, but that much. But
Tim,
'cause
we-
he did
okay, so
he did
Tim's-
juice the hell out of
We haven't
himself.
talked about baseball
That's-
in a long time, and it's been so long that I kind of forget who Tim is as a baseball fan. Now, are you a baseball purist? Do you hold the integrity of the game above all else, but only when that integrity
I don't know.
I
defi-
impacts you in a
Yeah, I don't know why actually I said that. I really the steroid era was probably the most exciting era of baseball, so
And-
it kind of needed it.
The
but
pitchers are doing steroids too. It goes both ways.
yeah. So
And I think
don't know
I
how
think
I feel
too we
about
need
it,
to
but-
not take like yes these guys were juicing and they were
Yeah.
but hitting a baseball is one of the hardest things to do in sports. So yeah, you can be as strong as you want, but you have to be able to make contact with that ball. Like,
yeah.
So yes, I think there should be asterisks next to there, but still that's
Yeah.
hard to do.
Yeah. It's not like one of us could just go
Well, I
take
probably-
steroids today and then hit 80 home runs in a season.
Yeah, I don't
my
need
point. My
steroids for
point
that,
is
yeah.
that they should stop cutting away
Yeah,
other
yeah.
sports
No,
to show
it's,
this,
it's
because it's very
ridiculous.
it's very menial.
It's
menial.
America's pastime.
Yeah.
Okay.
And and I fucking hate the Yankees, so
That's that. There it is.
There. I
There's
knew
why
there was
Tim's
some
mad.
salt somewhere,
There was
dude.
something-
I knew it.
Yeah.
We knew there was something underneath hidden with Tim why he was mad about this.
fucking hate the Yankees.
Damn Yankees.
Yeah.
They're America's team. They're like baseball's America's team.
They're the Cowboys. They are. They're the Cowboys of the MLB.
The Yankees fans fucking love them. And will
Everybody
have
else
very
hates
irrational opinions on stuff.
And
then
ESPN.
everybody else fucking hates
loves
them, and they love them. They just love to go down on the Yankees.
Mm.
It's just the truth, Javin. We're not trying to
I
like
don't
make you
care.
upset.
Yeah. I'm just glad they're not that good anymore. I
Well,
mean,
it's
like
because they haven't
they're
played the
okay.
Mariners yet. So look.
Didn't- all of a
I'm
sudden,
glad that dynasty.
You're,
is-
yeah,
that,
now you're being a true Seattle kind of sports fan. It's like, oh, they're good all of a sudden? I'm going to pay attention.
I can't remember what early 2000s they kept knocking off a bunch of them. I think also in the 90s they were super good. I don't know how many.
Are you talking about the Mariners or the Yankees?
Yankees. I just got sick of them, and
That's fair. You're allowed to hate who you wanna hate.
my stepdad was a fan of the Yankees, so that
Oh,
that
there
made
it is.
made
We're just digging deeper and deeper on this one.
So fuck the Yankees, fuck the Tar Heels.
ESPN's like, hey guys, here's Aaron Judge trying to break,
Well, I didn't
break
really-
a record. And Tim's like, I hate my stepdad. Damn you, ESPN.
he was. I mean, he's dead
Digging
now.
up these old
and
wounds.
Ex stepdad,
He can still be
also dead.
you can still be your stepdad even if he's dead.
And you can still hate him.
Like, if,
He's
like-
dead.
If my grandpa dies, he's still my grandpa. I'm like,
Yeah,
he's my
that's-
ex-grandpa.
Well, no, I mean he was my ex stepdad before he was dead. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, that's why.
Tim, you brought that up. We didn't
I
try
don't
to
even
dig
know.
there. You,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
brought
yeah.
that up on your own.
Whatever.
Hey, you know,
I'm
in that case,
contributing.
you know, Tim, I will sympathetically hate the Yankees as well, and Aaron
Okay.
Judge. Aaron Judge is like the sport embodiment of your stepdad. Therefore, I hate him. It's like in Waterboy where he sees like the faces. He visualizes it, and Tim sees Aaron Judge, and then his stepdad's face superimposes on Aaron Judge, and just like belittles Tim. You'll never be successful, boy. You're not my real son.
He
You're
called
not
me.
even a man.
He called me lackadaisical when I was in high school.
You lackadaisical.
It was far off, I guess.
I mean, he was.
But yeah, it's a
I
high
mean, it
school.
was right, but
It just makes you hate him even more.
yeah.
Son of a bitch. Well, sorry, Tim, to bring up his old wounds.
No, it's fine.
So I think we can all, as a Garage Talk listener base, we can all and host base, we can all gather together in support of Tim and hate the Yankees.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm down.
That's good.
Sure.
Yeah.
I could care less about baseball, so yeah, okay.
It's a very hateful podcast. We hate a lot of things,
But we love things.
but we love things
harder.
even harder.
Yeah.
We're
Let the
lovers.
2022 Player Haters Convention commence.
See, I miss this. I tried to talk about this stuff at the bachelor party, and nobody understood.
I was like,
I was like, yeah, Tim's stepdad said that, and they're like, what?
Why don't they listen to the podcast?
Somebody
Come
said
on.
that. Somebody's like, they're like, oh, hey, this guy's from Ukraine. Like, if you want to have him on the podcast, talk about stuff. It's like, oh, yeah, we made jokes about wars. And he's like, yeah, I actually went to Ukraine like a few months ago, and it was awful. I was like,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah. All
Sorry
my
for making a joke about your life.
all
The-
my family dead now. Ugh.
I'm pretty sure the president of Ukraine, it was funny, he was quoted using,
Saying something from the Garage Talk podcast.
saying something from an anime called One Piece. And he literally quoted the character from it, too. He quoted it. It was funny.
Wasn't there didn't Donald Trump use something from Pokemon one time or something?
I mean, everybody
Hopefully
quotes-
not, because
everybody
don't know.
quotes-
Vince would have voted for him if he did
Dude,
that.
and everybody quotes that one line
can't
from
remember.
U2 from the first Pokemon movie. Like,
Yeah, it was. I can't
Which
remember what it
Mewtwo
was.
line?
Oh, man. It's like your...
It's something about your destiny, isn't it?
Yeah, hold
Or
on.
your status in life, of who you are.
It's about what you do, not like
Hey, that's a
where,
gr-
who you were
I
born.
Honestly,
love
Pokemon-
how you Google. Oh, that's right. You
Yeah, 'cause
you
it
you
keeps
use
opening
you
up.
use Edge.
Obviously, dude, the first Pokemon movie was pretty good.
It was amazing.
That was a very deep
It was
movie.
amazing.
It was ahead of its time.
Oh, here we go. It's so good. I see now that the circumstances of one's birth are irrelevant. It is what you do with the gift of life that determines who you are.
So wise.
That's
Sage.
good. Dude, that's so good. That was a children's movie. Like that was
in like 1997.
it was
or
yeah,
something.
98, 97,
98.
something like that. That's so good.
We can't even get a competent writer
That's
for the
why-
Lord of the Rings show, but we can get one for the Pokemon movie in
That's why
1999.
it's so weird that
Gotta get your mom.
like our generation is like so nostalgic because we had like some
We had
amazing
it the best.
we did. We had some amazing shows and books and everything like that.
Yeah.
And we never and as we got older, we just appreciated it more because we saw the like wisdom in it, the value in it, and then
And now we can't recreate it, so we're just
yeah, and now
Yeah.
everything's just like falling to pieces, and we're like, well, shit, I gotta hang on to something.
We're just gonna keep rebooting and remaking everything until it dies. Oh, Community.
I was getting
Community.
Vince, have
Community's
you watched Community?
6 seasons in a movie.
Yep.
6
The
seasons in a
movies,
movie.
They just
What's
ordered the
happening?
movie for Peacock. The Community movie is a go.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, it's happening.
But are they gonna get
What's happening?
Donald Glover?
Oh, yeah,
Uh,
they're all back.
Well, I don't know. They're not attached. As of right now,
Chevy
Donald
Chase is not
Donald
coming back.
Glover, Yvette Nicole Brown, and Chevy Chase are not attached yet.
Okay, I promise you, Yvette Nicole Brown and Donald Glover, they'll be back.
I think they will.
will
I
be.
think I don't know about Chevy. I mean,
Yeah,
he might do. He
I
might.
think his ship has sailed.
I think
Yeah.
I think he would be willing to do like a small cameo,
But
but
would Dan
but
Harmon
I
be
think
willing?
but
That's the real question.
or Donald Glover be
Would
willing?
everybody else be willing?
I mean I think it. I don't know. Maybe it's been long
Do
enough.
you want Chevy back?
Yeah, I mean as
I do
Pier-
find Chevy
Pierce
Chase funny. As,
No.
as shitty as a person
He
as
is
he
funny.
he's a good.
that character
Separate the art from the artist.
character
baby.
is
Just
great.
let it
that
happen.
character was just absolutely he was just perfect for him, and by the end,
Because it was literally
he
him.
that's why he started to hate it. He's like, why do I always got to be a racist asshole all the time? I'm like, well, Chevy.
Chevy. I don't know if you've ever looked in the mirror before, but
But also,
yeah, I knew you'd be excited about that, Tim.
yes, I was so excited when I saw that.
I just
yeah.
like, it just seems like,
Turn it off.
what the fuck is going on?
Ah!
Sorry.
That's okay.
I just felt, I don't know, with Donald Glover, I guess, I mean, he's retired from
He's kind of busy.
music.
He's kind of,
Yeah.
but he's still kind of busy.
Yeah.
You can make
and he's
room for
been
Community.
And he's doing Atlanta right now. He's in
Hey.
the middle of it.
Don't forget about your roots, okay? You
Yeah.
came from Community. Let's not forget about it.
Yeah.
I think he will. Donald
I'll
Glover's.
see.
I
I
hope
hope
he
he
does.
does. I hope he does.
From what we know from the outside looking in, Donald Glover's a good guy. And
Yeah.
he would not do this to the people or his castmates of Community.
But I mean, his character is supposedly
Yeah, that'll be the opening scene of the
been
movie. He's coming
captured
back.
by pirates.
Listen, I'm
and-
sure if they've already ordered it, I'm sure there's at least a script that's at least half written,
yeah.
or at least the rough draft of it. So they have an idea, and they probably said, "Hey, Donald, if we're doing this, you're going to be in it." He said,
The Russo
sure,
bro-
just film it. And,
I hope the Russo brothers get involved.
yeah,
They better be.
they'd
I
be
think.
great.
I think so.
I think they should probably just direct it.
Yeah, but as of right now, I think the produce. I think Joel McHale, I think, is producing along with the writer for the paintball episodes.
Yeah, they can
and stuff like
produce
that,
it. But I was saying let the Russo brothers just direct the actual movie.
But yeah.
Yeah,
I hope-
let Dan Harmon and Joel McHale and the producer guys let them
That would be
do
so
everything,
amazing.
and then just put Russo brothers in there to direct.
Yeah.
Community is a good show.
Mm-hmm.
It is a good show.
It is a wonderful show. I couldn't. I. It was one of those shows I didn't think that I would like, and I
Yeah.
just fell in love.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and even like the last Yahoo seasons, I guess.
I
or whatever
never
you
saw
call
that one.
it. I mean, I think they're still on Netflix, but
I did listen to Allison Brie talk about that behind the scenes. Like
it's
they had to like record in like a basement and shit. Like it was. It
there's
sucked. Yahoo's production was
there
not good.
not every episode was a banger, but they had some good stuff with they had Keith David in there filling in for as being the old guy, and I think that was a good move. But yeah, it was definitely wasn't the same. But I don't know. They had every other episode was they had good jokes. It just wasn't quite the same. But especially with everybody just leaving. No Donald Glover, no.
That happens with every
anybody,
show, though.
yeah.
All TV shows, that, or at least sitcoms, they kind of reach their limit, and the actors who've already gotten famous, they move on to other things, and that's how it goes. And they want to milk it for as much as worth, so they let it survive maybe a little bit longer than it should have.
Mm-hmm.
Looking at the 70s show.
Oh, 90s show is coming out sometime.
When is that?
I don't know.
Probably
Probably next
No,
year.
it's in
but
the works right now.
yeah.
The 90s show.
Uh,
I don't think Hyde will be back.
No.
yeah.
But I think. I mean, as long as they get. I know they have. Why can't I think of it? Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis. I hope. Hopefully,
they're in.
maybe and Laura Prepon and Topher Grace.
They are.
and-
They are. The rest
yeah.
of them are part of it. Just
Yeah.
not the guy who's currently in jail.
Yeah. But I suppose the 90s show is Red dead.
No, he's a part of it.
Sweet.
Red and
Sweet.
Kitty are like the main characters.
Awesome.
It's
Okay.
about Red and Kitty
Great.
and their grandkids.
Got it.
So I'm assuming the rest of the cast will be coming in as like cameos.
I love Kurtwood Smith. Like just
He's great.
Great man. You like him more in Dead Poet Society or RoboCop?
I've never seen RoboCop, and it's been a while since I've
really?
been Dead Post.
That was like an
Society.
80s movie. I figured you'd be all into that.
I was born in '90. I'm not an
Oh.
'80s guy.
Yeah, he's a great villain in that movie. You should watch it.
Okay, I thought about it. I've heard about it.
Man, this is a big TV
Yeah,
TV/movie episode. I'm all for it.
Been a lot of good
yeah.
TV episodes.
We're being
I think.
spoiled. Felt good to
Yeah.
be back, guys. Felt
Yeah.
really good
That's
to be
nice.
back.
That's nice. Drinking a hams.
Right back where we started.
We're back. It's like you never left.
Nobody will ever know we missed a week, but we kept referencing it. So
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah.
eh.
I mean, I'm sure our 250 bot followers on Instagram.
We're up to
just-
3,000 on Instagram.
Oh
now,
wait, that's
baby.
right. Oh, that's 3.
Up to 3,000 followers.
Hey, we
on
haven't,
Instagram.
hey,
My
we didn't have to
God.
spend a penny for him, so
That is amazing.
I hope you're
We
making.
should really.
I hate social
At
media.
least take some pictures of your feet. And
Okay,
put
I
'em
will.
up there,
I'll
man.
work.
Yeah, I mean, we got
Goddamn.
you got
Throw 'em a little
you got a 3,000 follower dick to swing around. I mean, that is.
Well, I do. I
you
brag
could-
about it.
Yeah.
Have you done any?
Did you see my
research on-
story about it?
Do you what?
I made a post.
Oh
about
yeah,
it.
yeah. But
Have
do
you
you
done any research on getting verified on Instagram?
I will. I will. For
do you at least post the links like to the show?
I
Like,
will now.
yeah. I mean,
I hate social
I mean,
I'll do it.
It's
I'll
hard.
do it. I'll do it. I
I
promise.
mean, we got a loyal like 6 views on YouTube, and one of them is me. So
That's so
And-
good.
and
It's so
probably about
good
half-
because I don't know anybody in real life who is on YouTube, like who
Yeah.
watches YouTube regularly. So
I don't know.
yeah,
I love
Vince, I
YouTube.
don't know a lot of people.
I love YouTube.
Yeah, I mean it's like a kind of once a week thing. I go through the subscriptions, like get my puts out a new show. Got your hot ones.
I get real
it's great.
discouraged because like I tune into the Pat McAfee show and he has like 14,000 viewers live. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, we don't have anybody.
Hmm.
He
So
also
lonely.
was a little bit better off when he started. It helps when you have like
That.
Yeah.
He also probably works a little bit harder than I do.
well, when it's like literally he can do it as a job, it helps. We all have lives outside of this.
Can we go into GTOT real quick?
Ooh,
okay.
I just got
Okay,
one
let's
quick
go.
joke I want to throw out and we can be done.
Here we go.
So, Mom, if you're listening, or if you're
Turn it off.
if you're a listener of certain values, feel free to just turn it off real quick. We're gonna get a little
Certain values.
We're gonna get a little-
now I'm very curious.
Is it gonna get a little blue?
blue here.
A little blue?
So, going back to the bachelor party, you can probably see where this is going. Like I said, Mom, feel free to turn it off now.
Come on, please! I'm begging you.
We went obviously for the bachelor party. We with our limo. We went to the strip club.
Ooh. Okay.
Maybe I shouldn't talk about this. What if I'm indicting like my fellow bachelor party members, like if their like
You don't have
girlfriends
to
or
say their
wives didn't
name.
know, and they watch this and they're like, oh, "You said you didn't."
You don't have. I mean, you don't have to.
I
say you did it.
mean,
don't name drop.
Yeah, there was half.
this is fiction.
there was half the group did not go
Allegedly.
to the. There half
Allegedly.
the group, including the groom, did not go to the strip club. There was a few of us who went kind of rogue when we were out at the bars.
Yeah.
So a few of us took the limo.
Those are the best stories.
Most of us single guys, and then me, took the limo. And we went to the strip club. But obviously, me being of high moral standing and being a man of honor and a person who's dedicated to his wife, I didn't really partake in the strip. It was a non-nude strip club. It was a strip club that had one side of the building was fully nude, and the other side was lingerie and stuff. Because
that's classy.
we went to the alcohol. Where the side that served alcohol was the non-nude. So we went
Okay.
there. But the girls, they're walking around doing work. So I went up to the bar and was just hanging out with the buddy. Obviously, I would never do that to my wife. I was just sitting at the bar. Not
No, you
getting
take your
things.
wife with you to the strip club, and then you get the
Dude.
best experience of your
wasn't
life.
invited.
They really.
I know.
to the bachelor party.
I know.
But anyway,
I'm
I was
just
I was
I need
there,
to take her back. Because, yeah.
saying.
and so at the time I still had my thick beard. Been pounding beers all week, so the gut was a little.
I was like, oh, where's he going with this?
Look-
Pounding.
Yeah, pounding beers. I was a little bloated, and we were trying to be nice, so I didn't have my hat on. So I'm bald, got a thick beard, a little bit of a gut, going up and getting a drink, and of course the girls pinpoint me from a mile away. They're like, he's a sad, lonely, fat old guy. So they immediately go like, hey, honey, do you want to dance? And I'm like, oh no, I'm good. And they're just like, fuck you, and then walk away. But this happened to me multiple times. Like normally if people approach, they're like, oh my gosh, I must be looking good tonight or something. But it's like this is the opposite. I know that I just look sad and old and miserable.
You didn't.
You okay, Vince?
I'm still a little. I'm a little bit disappointed you didn't splurge on a lap dance. Yeah,
I'm just-
like.
I'm a
it's-
married man, Tim.
Let's all go to the strip club, boys.
I don't need to
You guys
go.
can buy me lap dances.
I can get my own lap dance any day of the week.
Yeah,
Come on.
when in Rome. I mean,
Come on.
I don't know.
But no, it was okay.
Yeah.
I did also, since we're in GTOT, we're an hour 10 in. I'm assuming most people haven't lasted this far. But if you take life seriously, just stop listening. Again, I warn you. But I did have a very human moment with one of the strippers. So one of the guys who was with us, again, in case he's listening, I don't want to throw out accusations, leans kind of on the douchier side. Let's just say it that way. But so this girl came over and was talking to him, and obviously she's doing a job. She's trying to make money. She's trying to complete a sale, that kind of thing. So she's talking to him a bunch, and he's going with it as if like she's a normal person coming up to talk to him. And so she's talking. He's talking to her, whatever. And she leaves a little bit. And she comes back a little bit later, and he sees her coming, and she's like walking up to him, and he looks at me and is like puts a gun, his finger guns to his head, like, oh, she's so annoying. She's coming back, and she's standing right behind him, and like her and I look at each other, and like I make eye contact with her, and I just kind of like raise my eyebrows, like, sorry, and she just kind of goes, and then starts talking to him, and it's like it was just
Still gonna make that money.
Yeah, it was just this moment where like I was like, I'm sorry, and she was like, yeah, I know that, but
Yeah.
I gotta do what I gotta do. It was just this really like this just really almost not intimate moment, but it was just like this like real moment of like I see you
in a
and I
place.
hear, it was I see you and I hear you
In a place that's like almost entirely, kind of fake in its
exactly
human
yeah.
interactions.
So we came.
You
to
had
this,
a real one.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like we dropped the charade for a moment, looked at each other, and we're both like, I'm sorry to each other, and then she went on to talking to him. I don't know if he ever
That look that you saw earlier was because when I went to Vegas a long time, I might have told this story before, but went to Vegas long
You have
time
not.
ago, and one of the girls that we were there with, she wanted to go to the strip club. We had really no desire to, but she wanted to go to the
because
strip club.
Vegas strip club's gotta be expensive.
Yeah,
That's-
and also we were just like, I don't know, it was just like it didn't.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
anyways, so we're like, fine, yeah, it's cool. I had never been to a strip club before, so I was like, sure, okay, first time in Vegas, like,
Nice.
might as well be the first time as in Vegas. And so we go to strip club, and it's packed.
Oh yeah, I bet.
And immediately I'm uncomfortable because the first thing I see when I walk in, you pay your fucking like $50, $60 cover charge,
Yeah.
whatever the fuck it is. And I look to my right, and there's this like long couch that kind of takes up a large length of the wall, and there's just this old, fat, bald guy with this like very young, attractive woman, almost completely naked, just like rubbing her tits in his face, and I'm just like, okay. Everybody here has a boner. Great. That feels super good. It feels super good. Okay. So then we're walking through. There's like nowhere to sit at any of the stages. Like all the tables are taken up. We're like, holy shit. And so we're walking through, and again, none of us have been to strip clubs before. And the girl, she goes up to one of the like bouncers, and she just asks him like, hey, is there any tables available? So in his head, he's like, yeah, VIP tables. And so he tells us like, yeah,
bottle service, baby, $500
yeah,
at least.
Well, so he doesn't say 500. He just says, yeah, we got one for $5 in the back. And she took that as like, oh, $5? Yeah, we'll take it. And we were like immediately ran. We had never been to a strip club, but we knew immediately that man did not be $5.
No.
We paid $50 to get in the door. You think they're just gonna
Give him
like,
a table for $5.
Yeah, we told her, wait. He's like, he meant $500. She's like, oh my god.
Might have been 5,000.
Yeah, maybe. I have no idea. But
All we know
For
is it was not $5.
bottled service? Is that what you're
I
talking
have no
about, or-
idea.
Well, yeah,
we
usually-
don't know.
So when you get a table, I think it's usually you get a free bottle
Yeah.
or whatever, and then you get I'm sure a private dance or
Yeah.
something. I don't know, but
So anyways,
it ain't cheap.
yeah, we immediately pull her away and say, no, thank you.
Just calm
actually."
down.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so we walk around. I make my way up to the bar 'cause like I'm gonna need a drink if I'm gonna be around all these fucking fully erect men. And same thing. Lady makes eye contact with me. I'm like, oh no. She has seen her target. She has seen her prey.
Here's one of the things I want
Been
to interrupt you real
marked.
quick.
Been
Going-
marked.
being in a strip club is kind of like doing LSD. If you know what you're in for and you're along for the ride, it's not that bad. But if you forget that you took that little drop of LSD, or you forget that you're in a strip club where people are trying to make money, you get sucked into it, and then you kind of lose yourself.
Yeah.
So, with that being said,
Yeah.
continue.
But so my face was because you were like, oh, she saw this fat old guy, and then I was like, I was young and thought pretty handsome. Oh no. But anyway, maybe she saw a young innocent boy she could take advantage of
That's what it was.
for his money. So anyways,
Men can be victims too.
Yep.
yeah.
Young, dumb, and full of cum.
And in Vegas.
So I go to the bar. I see her approaching me, and she's completely just topless, just boobs out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, she comes up. She's like, "Hey, handsome, how's it
He's like,
going?"
Vince is looking
Exactly.
everywhere
And
else.
I was just like,
Do I make eye contact? Do
Yeah.
I make boob contact? What do I do? What do I look at?
and so I was like, I'm sorry to stop you. I don't know how to talk to you. with your boobs out like that. I just don't.
I don't want to be disrespectful. I'm sorry.
I was like, I just don't know how to
So you
even
pay
do
me
it. She's like, oh, it's okay. Well, we can go back there. And I was like, I'm with my friends. I'm gonna have to go. I gotta go talk to those guys. And I was just like, I'm just gonna grab my drink and walk away.
Yeah.
So we ended up just leaving. We just walked in.
You paid $50 to walk in
Dude,
and
it was
walked out.
it was one of the worst.
What
like,
happens
yeah.
in Vegas, baby?
Wow.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I paid $12 for my for my like double of whiskey, of well whiskey, and walked right back out.
Yeah, there was one girl. She's like, "Oh, you want to dance, honey?" And I'm like, "Oh, no, I'm okay." I said it like that. Like I wasn't standoffish or anything like that. I've never been glared at like that before in my life. Like, sorry, I don't meet your stereotype,
So,
ma'am.
well, for telling strip club stories, I got one too.
Oh, we're
Yeah.
GTO
So,
too.
yeah.
I'm gonna
baby.
crack another beer.
So the first, get me one too. So I think it was the first time I've ever been in a strip club. This was back when I first moved to Lincoln. I lived with a lesbian who was dating a stripper. And yes, thank you. And that was my first experience in a strip club, and I didn't have to pay for anything because
With your buddy's girlfriend?
with my roommate's
lesbian.
girlfriend.
Yeah.
It was a lesbian.
Oh,
And-
sorry, I missed
Yeah.
that
Her
part.
lesbian girlfriend.
Still?
Yeah.
No, that's
Yeah.
very fortunate.
No, they just kept throwing money in front of me. I was like, okay.
Wait, were you
Like,
the stripper now? Are you the stripper now? They're throwing
No,
money
no,
at you?
no, no. They kept pay. They kept
I'm
pay.
stripper now.
They kept throwing money in front of me so that the stripper would, freak,
Pay you attention.
would freak me.
Yeah.
I guess, and then being 18 and 19 in a strip club is not bad.
Well, it's good
Like,
for it's
it-
good for
because-
both parties because you're not
Yeah.
a fat old drunk guy.
Right, and that's and
So
like
it's a
I
plus
think
for the strippers as well.
yeah, and then the first time I ever got like a private lap dance was in Colorado, and that girl was like,
Damn, Tim's the most experienced stripper here, or experienced with strip clubs. Done
it
it
was a
all.
long time ago, but yeah, the
Two years
that
ago.
one was like really nice because like I usually don't do this, but I got a feeling.
She was
I got a
lying.
feeling.
She was
I got a
fucking
feeling.
lying
I got
to
a
you.
feeling.
She does normally
I was
do
pretty.
that.
I was pretty cute. Oh,
She was making you feel good, so you tip her more.
yeah, I know.
I did have a buddy because
You bought into it a little
I
bit.
know,
Forgot
I
where you
know.
were for a minute.
Exactly.
And
That
that's
was
okay.
that's
that
why
is
I
okay
was.
to escape sometimes.
Yeah,
You pay for that
that
experience.
was. Yeah.
But just
That
know
was
that
great.
it's all like. But so I've only been to a strip club twice. Once when I was 20, we went for my buddy's 21st birthday, and then this past weekend. So I'm not a very regular, but I did have. He can remain nameless for the podcast. He did fall in love with a
Oh,
stripper
no.
all those years ago.
Fell in love
It
with a
was
stripper.
it was sad, man. So we got back in the limo. He's like, dude, she told me her real name. And we're like, just stop, dude. He's like, no, I want to go back. I think I can get her number. And we're just, no, dude, this is the whole ordeal.
Listen, if the stripper didn't just give you her number, she has no interest. She will tell you anything.
Yeah.
Don't ask for the number. Don't do any of that.
I used to have a coworker that knocked up some strippers, and he was in jail for child support quite a bit.
Hey.
Tim has lived some radical life that we have no idea
And see,
about.
that's why I'm so confused. Like, so I've been to the strip club on several occasions. Like, back when Shakers was still a thing. So that tells you how long ago it was.
Yeah.
But I remember.
So I'm
Had a
the
great
stri-
night-
I'm
had
the
a
strip
great
club,
night.
like amateur here.
Had a
Yeah,
great
maybe.
night at Shakers for my fifth anniversary with Alyssa.
You
yeah.
went to a strip
Dude.
club?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm telling you. So I went with friends that when I worked at that Mexican restaurant, and one of them, that was a girl that she apparently had a crush on me, but I never made a move because I was dumb.
Hey, you're single. You can make a move now.
I don't think she is anymore though.
Oh.
But soccer has a goalie doesn't mean you can't score, so maybe I'll make my move.
Good one. Never heard that before.
Yeah. So
But
anyways,
the point still stands.
yeah. But anyways, so she went with us to the strip club too, and she's bisexual, so she's like all about it as well. And since I was attracted to her, seeing her just like I was like, it's one of the best experiences because girls get away with so much more than any.
Oh, the
guy
strippers will
could.
pull up their shirts and like.
Tits out. Yeah, it's great. It's
Yeah.
like holy cow,
Mhm.
it's great. Any fantasies you've had with like a significant other or something like that, it might actually come true, like to an extent, in a strip club. So it's like it's good, it's a good time. But
Yeah.
but where are these guys coming from? Where they like? Because I know one guy I used to work with, at the shop I was at, he talked about how he would get blowies from strippers during his private lap dances.
Well, there was I worked with a guy.
was that something you could pay for?
So I worked with a guy when I lived in Seattle. I was a kid. I was 18, I think, or 19 when I worked at this auto shop. But he was my assistant manager. But he used to be a DJ at these at the strip club in Seattle, and
Is that supposed to mean something?
no, I'm getting there. I'm getting there. But it was a string of clubs. So this company or this person owned a string of strip clubs.
Mm-hmm.
They all got shut down for prostitute. Like it was
Yeah.
it was a deep ring thing. Like there was stuff going on.
Oh no.
So I'm sure that happens more often than not.
Yeah, I mean, that's a backdoor
Strippers
meeting.
they're
Phrasing,
gateway
Tim.
drug.
Yeah,
Phrasing.
I don't know. It depends on where you go, I suppose. But they had
Maybe
like
he's making a little extra money on the side. I
they
don't
were
see a problem with it.
on Todd and Tyler. They were talking about there's a place in Omaha that apparently it's kind of well known that you can just ask if you know the right person. You can just get a handy J
Well, if
whenever
you
you
know
want.
the right
That's,
person and
that's
you-
despicable.
and
What
you have
place is
enough
this, Tim?
And you have
That is absolutely despicable.
I'm coming after
I'm
them.
not sure. They did not say, but it was an anonymous,
I better go ask
anonymous
Todd
person.
Tyler because I want to make sure that these guys are
That
brought
nobody else
to
goes
brought
there
to
again.
justice.
There was I think there was something that happened quite a few years ago where what's his name, Sipple, one of the Husker writers for the
Yeah.
Yeah.
he got a little bit of trouble because there was this big thing with a strip club here in town, and he was there, and there were a few other well-known people who were there.
Mm.
This
Which is
is all
It's a
rumor,
very
right?
Nebraska
Oh,
thing
yeah.
too.
Mm-mm.
It's kind of funny, but
All right.
cool. So apparently, Stripper Stories was our GTOT.
Yeah.
If
Anybody
you're
made-
Good to
following,
be back.
I wonder if
if you-
anybody made it this long.
yeah, if
Yeah.
you did and you follow us on any social media, DM. Obviously, you don't need to comment on anything. DM
Don't
us
DM.
about it. You're
What-
just
Just share a post.
interact with us.
We're already
Tell us your favorite.
we're already
strip
30
club.
minutes
Tell
over,
us-
so I
tell
guess
us your favorites.
you might as well just call this a double episode. This is a could just
Hey,
two
listen, like I
just
said,
two-parter this thing. Save this for the bye week. or
no way,
whatever.
I missed you guys, man. We get double action, baby, on the weeks we're gone. There was a lot in my system I had to get out because not everybody understands me like you guys understand me. You know what I mean?
You came to that realization during the bachelor party.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was like, I don't belong here. I don't belong anywhere except for in the garage.
That's how I felt
my
in
two
Vegas
buds.
too. Yeah.
Yeah. It is amazing that, as a gay man, you've been married 9 years, but it's
You've been married 9 years.
Yeah, it just happened.
Oh my gosh. Hey, how long have you been married?
8.
Jeez
We're-
Louise.
I
Yeah,
think you're
nice.
7. I think you're 2 years behind me. Are you 1 year behind me?
1.
Oh, I'll be damned.
Yeah.
Yeah, happy anniversary, Tim.
Well, hey, happy anniversary.
What'd you guys
to
do?
Nothing.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just hung out at home.
We contemplated divorce. That's what we did Friday night.
Yeah. Can't afford it, man. It's fucking expensive.
Well, it's hard too with kids. It's like I
Yeah.
don't want to go through that. I also don't want to go through divorce because then that would mean I have to start dating again and stuff like that. Just
Listen.
sounds awful.
It
Listen,
sounds
guys.
awful, man. No.
I just want to find another straight hetero man to get married to. So for all the tax benefits and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're not going to care any women that they bring home. Or guys, I don't care. I'll marry a gay guy. I don't give a fuck.
That's not fair to him though.
Yeah.
'Cause
Well-
he
well,
may
I mean-
develop-
Just don't fall in love.
I
with
mean,
me. That's all I'm
you
asking.
do like butt stuff. I mean, it's not that big of a. It's not a big.
The thing
not
is
a
that
big
I like
jump.
to perform it on the other person. Is my problem.
Could you tell
A guy,
a
butt from a
guy
girl
butt
Most
guy
definitely.
butthole from a girl butthole,
you
like
not have
really
hair- do
well
you not have
shaved
hair
and
on your butt, Tim?
waxed?
Okay, not every woman
No,
also is just
but
like
I
a
mean-
perfectly smooth butthole.
But I mean, you. I'm just saying, like everything else hidden.
I don't know. How
It-
to
real-
hide a very
real-
important
realis-
thing that's
realis-
only like an inch
I
and a
mean-
half away. There's a couple things that are pretty.
What are these things
Well,
here.
well, I
What are these
mean,
resting on my
hold on
no-
before we get
What's
too-
resting on my
I
nose?
mean, okay.
Yeah, like what do you got on my forehead?
What's that? Anyway, what were you saying?
Wait
I
a
don't know.
minute.
So you want to get married to
Yeah.
a man?
Just so that like I just live with a good buddy, and we just hang out. We'll
You
have
have a
we'll
roommate.
have joint income. We'd have joint income.
You'd
so all
share a
of us-
bank account?
Oh yeah, why not? Because then we could make the house super nice together. That way, like, his room is everything that he wants. My room is everything that I want. The rest of the house, we can come together, and plus, I don't really fucking care. It's like, if you want a cool thing in this house, do it. Do that thing. And then, like, I can get my shop. I can do that. I'm just saying, like, and then.
Not a bad idea.
And,
If I weren't married, I'd
Yeah.
if I weren't married, Vince, I'd marry you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
If it wasn't for the, I mean, the sex part. I mean, being
Well, that's what I'm saying.
married to a guy would
you
not
could
be.
have,
not
like,
be
you could
terrible.
have. It would be a polyamorous relationship, technically.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of
one of my favorite stand-up bits is from Daniel Tosh. He goes, God doesn't hate gays. He's just mad they found a loophole in his system.
So yeah, I'm just saying. So, if any of you straight guys out there, like, there's no homosexuality to it at all.
It's like a Game of Thrones thing. It's an arranged marriage, but you guys can bring you're like Rhaenyra and her husband. You bring them whoever you want. Dude.
Yeah, I don't care.
This is all just for political
And,
gain.
and the thing is though,
and
is that,
financial.
and the thing is though, we don't have to do any of the shitty couple stuff, like holiday stuff. Go do whatever you want. I want to go do whatever I want. We have no obligations to one another, other than we just have a joint income and we.
Well, until you get into financial difficulties, then you're gonna start. Then you'll be bickering like a real married couple.
But maybe we have like.
What did you spend this $200
obviously, we each
on?
will have also our own separate.
You have your own checking
account.
accounts.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So just something that we pull together.
Well, yeah. If there's any single male listeners out there who want to get married to Vince,
Shout out.
Still live your life.
Yeah.
DM us.
We just get all the benefits and none of the baggage. And then that way,
Hey, can I sign up for this?
Yeah, and because like obviously neither of us care what happens. Like, say things don't work out, both of us will sign prenups. Because guess what? I don't want your shit. You don't want my shit. Sign prenups, and then say hey man, things aren't working out. Tried it. Cool. Axe it.
If we could just take the emotion out of marriage, everything would be a lot better.
Just what I'm saying. So.
No, you guys would end up falling in love. It just happens. It's part of it, man.
You would think I'd fall in love with this guy?
I do.
I love all my boys. I do love all my boys, but it's not the same love.
I don't know. For
It's
me,
brotherly love.
I think it's for me. I can't be intimate with anybody without like massively falling in love with them.
But it's not intimate. There's no intimacy.
It would
about
become like if I'm around
You're
somebody
getting
that much,
you would fall.
I would
for it.
become very intimate and fall in love. Like that's just it's just who I am. If we're in the same house together and we're doing these things together, like it's just who I am as a person. I would fall in love with you, and that would be that. And there would be no going back.
Wait, you might be a part of the LGBTQ community. You might be, what is it called? Is it pansexual? Where you could just like kind of fall in love with everybody?
Yeah.
Well, I guess pansexual is all
and-
sexual, like sexually attracted to. Which
yeah,
also
but
you are that
but
too,
no,
though.
because I
whatever
because,
whatever the
because I believe that the
dean from
the intimacy and falling in love with
community is.
well, if I become intimate and fall in love with somebody, I would then become, even if I wasn't beforehand, I would become sexually attracted to them,
Yeah.
even if I wasn't beforehand.
Right.
But I'm pretty sexually attracted to everybody the way it is. So we already got that out of the way.
Yeah. I think we've all talked about
I
it.
think-
Tim's the only
no,
one.
I think-
I'm a lover.
I think
that's all I'm saying,
pansexual-
I'm a lover.
Tim is the only like just cis straight white man.
Which is strange, coming from his
Isn't that weird?
belief system.
Yeah. It's not weird?
I don't know. I don't know. Is it weird?
Just like saying is how liberal you are. Which me, I mean,
I don't know.
Me and
I
Doug
mean,
care
I
less
don't know.
what
It
your
was-
sexual preferences are or your gender is. I could care less.
Yeah. I mean, I was pretty sure when I was like 4 years old. I mean,
That
it
you
was,
were
it was-
gay?
No, no. No, straight. I mean, I had like 3 girlfriends in kindergarten. I mean, like,
Tim.
Nice humble
Oh,
brag.
man.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird.
They were children, Tim.
This is why we can't spend a week apart because we're an hour and a half in. GTOT has already gotten more weird than I ever expected it to be.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
yeah. I also had.
Mitch, you're missing the Broncos game right now.
I could care less.
You're missing the Russell Wilson led
Could care less. Gonna cook us up another fucking
7-point game.
fried bologna sandwich. Thanks. Let Rose cook. That looks disgusting, Russell. That looks absolutely. I don't think I can actually.
Who let
eat
you
that.
in the kitchen?
Yeah, I don't think I can actually
It's
eat
a-
that and be okay.
Close game, 19-16 right now.
That is the highest scoring game for the Broncos yet.
That's
That's
they're
in the
losing.
First half. Doesn't matter. 16 points is a lot for the Broncos offense.
Yeah.
They must
No,
have
Russell
pick
Wilson
six or
has a
something.
touchdown pass, I think, actually. So
That's a
one.
Whoa!
How?
I don't know.
I did it. You see, so Shannon Sharp, you know, he obviously he comments a lot on games and stuff, and he was talking last week. Judy had some dropped catches, and he had a tweet talking about. He's like, Judy's so talented. Like, what was all of his talent wasted in preseason? Can't catch a ball or something like that. And then Judy responded to him oh God, I wish I would have saved it. Maybe I did.
2 pass TDs today, Russell.
But he Judy cracked back at Shannon Sharp,
Because I benched him for
and I was
Cousins.
about it. Hold on.
Yeah. No, I mean, he only has 14 points in this league, and I assume that only equates to 9 in ours. So
Just kidding. I didn't save it.
That's all right.
But
yeah,
He
I just
cracked
thought it was
back.
funny. I thought it was that takes some balls to crack back at Shannon Sharp.
Especially within the Broncos
Yeah.
realm. If
Yeah.
you're just an outside player doing it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think we've gone on long enough.
Far too long.
Far
Yeah.
too long. You seem like you have more to say, Tim.
No, I don't.
Okay.
No, I'm good.
He's he and hawing about fantasy.
Well, thanks
Yeah.
everybody. It's great to be back. We love